Oh, hey everyone. How are we all? We are live today here on Girls Run These Worlds. And welcome. I'm Kat. Yay! Yeah, let's do a little yay. Yay while we still can. I'm Kat. I'm otherwise known as the Law Mistress or Law Mistress 93. No one calls me that. But it's my branding, so I say it anyway.
I'll call you Lore Mistress.
Oh, thanks. And I don't know, I get a bit funny about it. I went to a convention recently and I was like really weird about it. But anyway, yeah, I'm Kat. She, her pronouns. I'm not the only cat today, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. Today we're going to be playing some. Oh, I can hear me. Today we're going to be playing some liminal horror, specifically the Bloom module, which is it is available now to purchase. It is currently in development, so the full sort of PDF in layout is not out yet, but it's a really fun one if you like Alan Wake, if you like a little bit of Resident Evil 8, if you like The Last of Us, then this is probably going to be a good show for you to get into. And it is published by Goblin Archives. So I will just quickly go through some safety stuff. It's a horror themed module. Horror tends to come up with some themes that some people might not be comfortable with. So the content warnings that are on the official module include body horror, graphic violence, harm to animals, fungi or like mushrooms, loss of autonomy, institutional mismanagement, and religion. I will be kind of including those based on kind of the lines and veils that my players have submitted to me at varying degrees of comfort or not at all, perhaps. But it does say the primary theme throughout is complacency. So if that's also something for you, then that's just something to be aware of. That's trigger warnings and content warnings out the way. But yeah, if you're in the mood for some horror, then if you're here, hopefully you are. And let's just quickly go around. So obviously I'm Kat, she, her pronouns. If we could all just take it in turns. I will start with what I can see on the screen here because I don't actually have the Twitch stream up presently words. So if we could all just go around, introduce our names and then the names of the character we'll be playing and also the pronouns for both. Maybe in a better order than what I just described. Let's start with who I can see first. So that will be Pond.
Oh heck! Hello, I'm Pond. My pronouns are they them. Today I will be playing Gertrude Lanson, and my pronouns are she her.
I love that. That was great.
Thank you.
Is that the voice? Is that the voice we're gonna hear?
That's the voice, darling. That is who I am today.
Amazing. I love it. All right. Let's go. Let's go next to I can see other cat. Probably better cat. Let's go with that. Go for it.
No such thing as a better cat here. There's even grounds. But yes, hi, I am Kat. It's just crazy that we're both a Katrina.
We are both a Katrina. For everyone that didn't know, that is my
That's what's name. Wild.
Catherine, I'm not a Kate. I'm a Katrina, and I met another one.
It's wild. We had a whole scream about it and everything.
Yeah.
But yes, I am Kat. I use they them pronouns, and I will be playing today and the next few lovely Sundays. Let's see if I can get it. Agatha Doyle. She's got a little bit of the kind of heavy, she quit smoking, but it's still there in the throat a little bit. So you gotta get it out. Agatha Doyle. She uses she her. There's, you know, another little grandma and her good friend Gertie.
I'm very aware that this is beginning to sound like the intro to a Brindlewood Bay one shot. I think that my players are nervous and they're trying to do cool voices to release some tension. Cool. So we have Gertrude, we have Agatha Doyle. Let's go with Jenberb next.
Hello, friends. It is I am Jenberb. I do not have a fun voice. I am just playing Kit Mikami, the totally very average, vacationed here as a child friend who has adopted themselves into the lives of Granny and Grandma.
Granny and Grandma.
Granny and Grandma.
All right, and pronouns?
Yes, Jen. Jenberb is she, they. Kit is they, them.
Perfect. All right, let's go. Last but not least, our very own Shears.
Okay, I got some caffeine here. Oh, hi, everybody. My name is Bloodthread Shears for short. I am the purveyor of the caffeine card here, and I will be playing Christina Tino Miller. Voice, maybe? Maybe? We don't know. But, my pronouns are they, them. Tino's pronouns are she, her.
Perfect. All right. Am I missing anything before I just kind of dive right into it? I don't think so. Cool. Cool. Well, I guess we'll go right into it then, everyone. So buckle up your seatbelts and sit tight. Okay. Just pull this up. All right.
I'm so nervous and excited for spooky things.
It's gonna be so good.
Nervous.
Bring it on.
What are you excited for?
I don't know all of it. I think the fact that I don't know what spooky thing is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like specifically, like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know nothing.
All right. Okay. So. Video log start. Coldwater observation day 94. Let me just pull up my notes here. 5:09 p.m. Bureau Personnel ID A642, Class C clearance. Things are pretty quiet. Honestly, we really have nothing further to add to the reports we've been making for the last few days. The bloom continues to grow, certainly, though its rate of growth remains inconsistent. There have been no change beyond the bioluminescence, and patterns found within this appear to be uncoordinated. Certainly nothing like the responsiveness that we had observed during its interaction with subject 3135 before last year's incident. I'll also clarify that the insistence that we continue to search for subject 3135 from the Monolith headquarters, that has been noted repeatedly. But I must highlight that without at least a B-class clearance, my ability to understand exactly what I'm looking for is pretty limited. Yeah, I know. Rest assured, we're doing our best. Okay. What else? We're very grateful. Thank you for all the clearance to implement some of the network changes that we were hoping to with the artifact you sent us. We will have an update on that soon. As for Coldwater itself, our activities here remain uninterrupted. We are working with our contact within local law enforcement to keep things discreet. Our investigations into the missing campers are ongoing, but we've kind of had very little luck. We're going to have to do our due diligence with this one. The last thing we need is another incident like last year. What else? Yeah, we continue to assimilate to local life as best we can, though our reception here remains frosty. It's a tight-knit community. They don't like us. There is an upcoming festival about, what was it about? Blueberries. Personnel ID B359 Class C clearance would like it stated on the record that they are not excited about attending the Blueberry Festival. However, it is necessary for us to be seen to be trying, isn't it, B359? Are you making coffee? Can I have one? Thanks, you're the best. Okay, other update. Oh, hear that? There's a storm coming. We'll be extra vigilant. When the rain eventually hits, the bloom may have some reaction to it. Probably not. We'll see, I guess. That's about it for now. A642 out. Oh, shit. Yeah, I know. Video log end. It was so much fucking cooler when we could just tag ourselves out. So, players, our doom clock begins at 0.
Oh no.
Just look at your faces. And we open on a late summer evening in the town proper of Coldwater. Despite the time, the sun has not quite set. It remains hot, but the local wildlife seems very aware of the encroaching darkness, and the cicadas have already begun their nightly chorus. The sky does not have a cloud in sight, but there is sort of distant rumbles of thunder that can be heard every so often. And we kind of pan into a very quaint 1950s style diner at the heart of town, that has Coldwater Cafe emblazoned at its front entrance. Inside, there are about a dozen booths with sticky tables, as well as a counter with tall, swiveling stools. The motifs are faded. They were clearly once a very strong teal and red combination, but they've kind of like, with age, they've worn and they haven't really been updated again. And a jukebox sits in the corner untouched. It's very quiet inside. There are only 1 or 2 patrons sit at the counter. They're kind of absent-mindedly watching the mounted CRT TV, which is playing a variety of adverts before the news comes on, and that's kind of what the patrons there are really waiting for. Tino, that's you. It is your first ever shift here. You are very eager to impress. And I would say you're probably about an hour in at this point, okay? Your colleague, Cassandra, she, her pronouns, catches your eye, and she's sort of talking to the patrons that are there. She's making a brief remark about like the oncoming storm, the distant rumble of thunder that you can hear. But she smiles warmly at you. It's just you and her currently. Would you like to describe what her and others will see when they look at Tino in this moment?
Tino stands out very much in this because not often you see somebody who's like 5'9" and incredibly thin, very lanky, not skeletal. The grannies filled her up. But black brown eyes, wearing a galaxy covered hip brace for her right hip, and very, very white hair with some streaks of brown still left over that she tries to hide behind a red bandana. She's wearing a tank top, like a rib tank top with a black apron and the nicest pair of jeans she could find at the local thrift shop with the help of Agnes. She's a little she's nervous. She's full. This is full on nerves. She burned her omelet in the morning. If she could vibrate into the sun, she would. Not saying that she has done that.
I don't think she would know if she's done that or not.
But you're not saying she hasn't done that.
Look, I'm not saying I'm Batman, but have you ever seen me in the same room at the same time? All right. Okay. So she kind of catches your eye, gives you a warm smile, finishes her conversation, and she comes over. Cassandra is very young. I would say she's kind of mid-20s, early 30s. Not me in my early 30s trying to feel young by describing her as very young. And she's very pretty. She's got very dark skin, lovely wide smile, very warm eyes, very welcoming kind of aura about her. And she's currently wearing she's wearing a plain colored t-shirt. This one is yellow in color. She's kind of famed for literally just owning like plain colored t-shirts and doing a different colored one almost every single day in a variety of different shades. Today is a very mustard yellow day for Cassandra, so that is where she's going with that. And she's got, just like you do, an apron on over the top. And she kind of comes over and she's like, "How's it going, Tino? You settling in okay? You need me to show you where anything is?"
Salt.
Perfect. Yeah, you're doing so well. Good. Salt. She looks more like amused than anything. Like, you know, sometimes people get a little bit like confused around these kind of like communications, but she just seems amused more than anything. And she's like, "Great. Sugar? Where's the sugar?"
And you, in a blink of an eye, a mug appears in her hand. And she's just, "Caffeine." Oh, I'm sorry. And she just like hunches back down, like very nervous. I'm sorry.
No, sweetheart, it's okay. If I need one, I'll go get one from the machine. Thank you, though. You keep yours.
Oh, okay.
She does look slightly unnerved, like just that voice just kind of took her back a little bit, and she's and are you sick? She leans in. Are you sick?
No.
You got a sore throat?
Did the weather say it was supposed to rain?
Oh yeah. We got a storm coming in. Causing us problems.
Granny Agnes said my throat tends to do that around times of storms.
Oh, that explains it. Well, if you need a lozenge, I've got one in my locker.
And you just see this like very sweet, like, you just gave her the world kind of smile.
Oh, well, bless your heart.
Okay. I think table 3 needed salt. Table 6 asked for some extra ketchup.
Huh?
And table 1, they said they wanted, what's vegan?
Vegan.
Is that
She just
is
looks
that
slightly
bad?
disdainful. All right. Listen. Do you know where the ketchup is? You can go and do the salt and the ketchup. I will handle the vegans.
Oh, okay. And just sips the mug and just, if anyone's eagle-eyed, you don't want to. Nobody around here talks about what's in the mug.
At this point, as she kind of makes her way over to the table, she talks briefly with the people there, and she returns to sort of behind the counter, and the door opens very suddenly, and a man walks in. He's got a pattern button-down shirt. He's probably in his 50s, approximately, and he's on the phone. Anyone who works in the services knows the dread of a man walking in on the phone, and so obviously he instantly becomes the center of the attention in the room, and he's kind of on the phone, and he's like, look, I think I'm getting those edits to you tonight, Mike, but it's a real pain in my ass. Mike, you there? Fucking Christ, these signal blackouts getting worse and worse in this godforsaken town. Mike!
Tina will go up. Yeah, Tina will go up to the gentleman and make herself look small and vulnerable, and just says, hello. Would you like some coffee?
Yeah. I'll have my usual. And then he goes back to just being on the phone.
You see the look of horror, like, okay. And is trying very hard not to summon a cup. Like, go to the carafe. Go to the carafe.
At this point, I think Cassandra kind of like sees, and she sort of dives in, and she's just like, "Oh, evening, Shore, and everything all right?" And he kind of is like, he's kind of tapping this phone against his hand, and he's just like, Mike, and he's just like, oh, God damn it! And then he looks up and he says, "You losing signal on your phone too?" And she says, well, I think just about everyone is. They said there's a storm coming, so that's probably it. I have a new member of staff today, so if you could tell her your order. Trying to like get him to actually like say what the order is. And he's like, yeah, I said my usual. All right, but Tino doesn't know what your usual is. All right, you do. That's great, Mike, but I'm training Tino today. She's getting like, you can see she's getting more and more frustrated, but she's trying to keep this like ever pleasant smile.
Tino takes a step back.
And he's like, well, if you know how to make it, make it.
Excuse me, sir?
Yeah.
I would love to make you some coffee. And you just see like that puppy eye look that the grannies taught her how to do. And also from all the soap operas she's watched.
And he kind of looks at Cassandra. He looks at you, and you just see this. You know what? Let's do a. You're doing a social interaction. You're trying to. Yeah, let's do it.
First roll.
Yeah,
roll.
Get it.
It's gonna be a control save. And that's going to define whether you manage to impress Mike enough, or manage to win Mike over. So what I need you to do is, you have your control stat. What's the number on that?
That is a 9.
A 9. Oh boy. All right. I think that you have something, I think, that increases it by 1. But I think that's specifically for certain checks. So we'll go with 9. You need to roll a d20, and you need to roll a 9 or below.
All right, everybody, pray in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're gonna use the big boy.
Yeah.
Don't fuck me over. Don't fuck me over. Yalla yalla. Ah!
Go on, what was it?
It was a 1.
Oh! Okay, I will
That's
also just
so
take
opera. Hi,
to
Lexi.
note
Calm down.
that a 1, no matter what, is always a success. Now I know that there's going to be confusing to some people, so I just a 1 is always a success, and a 20 is always a failure. So we don't want any of those natural 20s touching us with the 10-foot barge pole today. We want all the natural ones, and the fact that yours is that's the first one that you did, that's amazing. It's setting us up good. Let's get it out of the way now in this mundane social interaction, so that you don't have it when you need it. I love that. With a 1, he reacts to you in the way that most people just, in Shrek 2, the way the guards just like about to hurt Puss in Boots, and then does that, and he's like, "Aw." He kind of looks at you and he goes, his entire face softens. He's just looking at you like he's just, for the first time in 25 years, remembered what it's like to be a human. And he's just like, all right, kid. It's a flat white. No trimmings, nothing fancy.
Shit, I was muted. And Tino is writing this down, and certain memories come up. We're not going to talk about those, but she remembers what a flat white is and immediately goes to the carafe rather than doing the mug thing again. And
the best.
Also, that is the Shrek thing. That is exactly where she learned it from.
Amazing. They've watched Shrek 2. I love that.
Best film in the franchise. Fight me.
Okay. So you head over to the cafe and you begin to kind of like prepare. This is where my lack of coffee knowledge is going to come in right about now. Me, a tea drinker, sweat dropping. This is the true liminal horror for me. Okay, so you head over and you begin to prepare the coffee as it would be prepared, which I obviously know. A
flat white's my favorite coffee drink. I discovered it in New Zealand. It's really funny.
I only went for a flat white because I remember you saying the words flat white when we were at the convention and we were in a Starbucks queue, and you were like, "Yeah, can you give me a flat white?" And I was like, "Okay, flat white. I must remember this. This is future me will need this knowledge." So, yeah. Tea drinker, everyone. All right, but we're not going to get into that. This is not that kind of show, and we will just argue for the next couple of hours. Incidentally, while we're taking a momentary break, because I forgot to say it at the start, we are running a giveaway. And I completely forgot about this. That's failure on my part. I was like, anything else? None of you all reminded me. So we will be running a giveaway. You will find it in chat. Please type, I think it's exclamation liminal into chat if you want to be entered into our giveaway. The lovely folks over at Goblin Archives have been very, very generous, and they have given us codes for every single episode. This particular episode, we will be giving away the core the core zine, so the core rules for Liminal Horror, as well as the mall module, because there are a few different adventure modules that they do, and the mall is much like this is an adventure module. The mall is set in a 90s mall, obviously, and sort of very like the mall is its own entity. You're trapped inside. There's something hunting you, and it can assimilate and act like kind of various people living in the mall. It looks like a really, really cool module. I wanted to run all of these, to be honest, but I'm very glad I went with this one. But the mall is a really fun one. So enter if you want to be in with a chance to win that. Exclamation point liminal. I'm all worded out. This is what happens when I do a monologue at the start. Then I lose all sense of sentences. Okay, back to the game. So you head on over. Oh yes, everyone is welcome to enter. So you head on over to pour the coffee. And as you're kind of preparing it, your eyes drift over to the CRT TV, and it's kind of blaring out. And there's an advert playing currently, one in which a woman with immaculate hair is advertising some sort of soap sud brand. And she's just kind of like on the TV, like, try Washo Wiz, the newest powder in our line with nothing less than gleaming results. As she kind of beams as she says it. But at the same time, Tino, your ears begin to pick up a very faint, high-pitched ringing. And it begins to gradually increase in volume as she talks. And you become kind of mesmerized by her on the screen. And she says, if you want clean, try Washo Wiz. And the ringing gets louder and louder. And then the smiling lady looks at you, Tino. And she says, you hear that, Tino? Clean. It's very important. Can you hear, Tino? The doctor will be very disappointed if you don't keep it clean. And then these kind of like voices begin to echo around, and you can hear Tino. She's unresponsive. Tino, somebody get the doctor now. You're making a mess, Tino. A mess. Look, you're making a... And then you're pulled out of it. The ringing stops. And there is coffee spilling onto the floor. Cassandra is standing at your side, and she's like, Tino, be careful, you're making a mess. And she begins to try to like mop it up. The television advert is gone. It's now been replaced by something entirely different. But what's more, your little mug, that you keep kind of attached to you at all times and you keep hold of, you can feel it. It is now beginning to fill with some kind of soapy water that is threatening to overflow and spill everywhere. Sorry to do this again to you, Tino, but I would like you to make a control save for me. So you're going to have to roll your d20, and this time I will allow you to add the +1 for your
All right, metal dice this time.
metal dice.
Oh no, if I roll good on one of them, I'm not using it for a while. So that would be 4 + 1 is a 5.
Oh, apologies, because we're going the opposite way, it would actually be -1. But yes, so
that would be a 3.
So that's good. That's very good. Doing very well with these rolls.
Don't
cool.
jinx it. Don't jinx it.
For now. And you feel you kind of have this moment where you can see that the cup is beginning to fill. These bubbling suds are beginning to try to spill over. You take a deep breath, just like you practiced. Focus, and the suds subside. Well done. It is at this point, as we kind of move away from Tino and Cassandra momentarily, she's kind of apologizing to various people and sort of cleaning up, and she's trying to calm you down as well. She's very like, don't worry about it, we all spill coffee on our first shift, don't worry about it. And then trying to kind of clear up after you. A dusty old pickup truck pulls into the parking lot outside the diner, and two older women get out of each side. From the driver's seat, Gertrude, should we start with you? Could you please describe what people will see when they look at Gertrude in this moment?
Right now, getting out of the driver's side of this old beat up pickup truck, you see, well, the first thing that you see is legs as they swivel out of the door and land, and the legs are covered in some sort of moss, and it is the legs of a ghillie suit. And as she sort of backs down out of the truck, you see a 5-foot tall older woman with white hair and sort of sunglasses on like a little chain, and the chain is like little pearls, but she is wearing a ghillie suit above that. And as she backs out of the truck, she says, all right, Agni, we gotta go. We gotta go check on, I'm worried about Tino.
I know.
All right, and at that moment, as you kind of say that, from the passenger side, preparing their voices, Aggie, could you also describe what people will see when they look at you in this moment? I'm sure if you're getting out in a ghillie suit, I'm sure people are looking at you. So, yeah.
I'm not wearing a ghillie suit.
That's just me.
Just Gertrude, I know.
Just Gertrude. Okay, so you've got Miss Aggie at a whopping tall 5'5".
Oh yeah, that's tall.
It's hey,
it's taller than Gertrude.
In this friendship, and she's got very like long not curly, like wavy long hair, like those people who wake up with gorgeous sleepy wavy hair and you're like, how dare you? That's her hair.
Wow.
Very gray and silver, but got a little Tino talked her into it, got a little purple streak that's dyed into her hair. Yeah. It's very exciting. Other than that, very relaxed. Agnes discovered fisherman pants because of Gertie, so definitely in a comfy pair of those, with a shirt very similar to what you're seeing here, which, as I told people previously, this is Aggie's and a long time ago ex, the shirt that got left behind, and it's really comfortable. So let's get into the ex. Let's get in there. Okay, Tino, I know we're a little worried about her. She should be okay, right?
I'm just, she does the thing with the cup, and I just.
You're right, with the cup. It can be a little freaky.
I'm a little worried. Do you think the suit's too much though?
Never too much. You look fantastic in it. You always look fantastic in this.
It's just so fancy. I'm gonna leave the hat though. it's just a
Well,
little hot.
you wanted to see your face too.
I wanted to feel supported, I
Absolutely.
just oh, all right. Well, oh,
Come
before
on,
we go, I gotta check my cameras. Hold on, I gotta. I'm gonna like fumble around in my suit, and there's pockets because I feel like this age Gertrude would refuse to wear anything without pockets. I'm gonna pull out my smartphone, and there's gonna be some like single finger slapping on the screen, where, and I have figured out how to use two options with this. I can call people and I can check my camera. That's it. That's all I can do.
Incredible. I honestly know this person very well. But by the way, chat, if you don't know what a ghillie suit is, because I didn't before look it up. I implore you
please
look it up and just get a little bit of joy in your lives and really try to visualize exactly what Gertrude looks like right now, because
5 foot in a ghillie suit.
Look up what a ghillie suit is. It is
5 foot in a ghillie suit with like curlered hair, like Gertrude sleeps in soft rollers.
Yeah.
You too can make one at home.
In no way blending in here in the middle of town.
No.
Oh God, no.
Not even slightly. Definitely sticking out like an absolute sore thumb. All right. So how do the two of you enter the cafe?
I feel like Gertie would try to just like sidle in and not be noticed immediately by Tino. Just kind of try and like blend into the surroundings.
Blend in, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're trying to blend in. Is Aggie doing the same?
And just block it. Like I'm kind of like, when you're like walking next to someone, but I'm kind of like cheating camera in a closed off way, like trying to like just like block the side of her a little bit as we walk in, like open the door, but I'm half hugging her, being like,
all right. I was gonna try. Honestly, I want to make you do a roll to see if you manage.
Amazing.
Yeah. What I will say is, originally I was gonna make you roll 2d20s and take the higher because you just walked in a ghillie suit.
I would not blame you for that.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I will allow for you to just do like one because Aggie is trying to help you blend in by essentially masking you completely from view.
And I'm a whole 5 inches taller.
Yeah.
And a whole 5 inches taller. So you can kind of try to walk in surreptitiously. I need you to do, I'm going to make it, I think if it's going to be like stealthy, sneaky shit, I think Dex probably makes the most sense. So roll a d20 for me. What is your Dex score?
My Dex score is 10.
10. I need to roll a 10 or below in order to succeed.
Okay. I don't.
Okay. What did you get?
I rolled an 18.
So you walk in, I'd say
perfect. This is perfect.
Did we even count one step in through the door? As you walk in, this bell just goes ding-a-ling-ling.
I trip on a part of the ghillie suit. Like
everyone looks up at the bell. Aggie trips. And the entire diner, because you're locals, you're quite well known, and you always attract attention wherever you go. But I think that you're kind of probably a little bit famous for just wandering around in this ghillie suit wherever and whenever you go. So a couple of the locals, they're kind of sitting at the counter watching the TV, they all turn around and they go, "Oh, hey, Gertrude," very loudly. At the same time, Cassandra's just like, "Gertrude, Aggie, come in." Yeah, Tino, you hear all of this. You look up, and Granny and Grandma are walking in. They are literally, they could not stick out more if they tried. And they tried to hide, but it failed.
Like, and just as like, Granny!
Oh, don't mind us. Don't mind us. We're fine. It's
Grandma
Gertie.
Hi, honey.
Wait, where's Grandma Gertie?
Right. Look down, honey.
you gotta.
You got me down here.
Sweetheart, darling, you gotta look down.
There you go, baby.
There you go. Remember, we talked about this. Not everybody is my height, you know? You gotta...
You were wearing the ghillie suit. I couldn't see you.
Bless you, sweetheart. Bless you, sweetheart.
I knew I would blend in just fine, thank you.
Cassandra just like looks at you, Tino, and just goes, "Bless you for trying," but everyone saw her.
How?
Oh my god.
If she's just looking at you like, is there some kind of magic you guys are doing?
I just need my normal black cup of coffee.
Okay.
I'll take the same.
I'm paying today.
Okay.
Don't let her tell you otherwise.
I'm not even gonna try.
Good.
And Cassandra, Tino, are you going off to go and get them their coffee?
Yes, she's like super excited now. Like,
so as
I can get Granny coffee.
As you while you're there and you're excited, Cassandra's been very like, there is absolutely nothing to worry about. Tino has been amazing. She's been doing just fine. The moment that you get like out of earshot, she leans into the two of you and she goes, "There was an omelet incident earlier. Nothing too much to worry about. We've had a little bit of spilled coffee, but nothing."
What's wrong without spilled coffee, you know?
And eggs all over the floor. Yes. But it's fine. It's fine. She's doing so well. She remembers where everything is, especially the salt. Really knows where that one is. Learned that straight away.
She's a fan of the salt. That was one of the
Cassandra! You hear like another crash. I found the creamer.
It sounds like you need to get some better shelves, like some sturdier things in here. Seems, you know.
You just hear like another bump.
I'm on a limited budget. So
maybe don't let her near the eggs.
Oh my god, don't let her near the eggs.
Next time.
What do you want me to do? She's working in a restaurant.
Look, I'm just saying that she can't be near the eggs unsupervised.
It has been a problem in the past once or twice.
We've lost like 24 eggs.
So many eggs.
She kind of looks a little bit like flustered, and she goes, I'm gonna go help her. Take a seat. We'll be right with you, all right?
Okay.
And you can take a seat. Are you going for a booth or are you going for up at the counter? Because at the counter obviously is where shares will be, or you can go
I'm just imagining. We're sitting at the tall thing. I help you up there. Like
you gotta like support my back while I climb up onto the. Yeah, we're sitting at the counter, and it takes us at least 7 minutes.
Are you gonna help her up? I'm gonna make you do a strength if you are.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. No, listen, Agatha did a lot of lifting in her time. Got a good strength. I got 16.
That's why I keep Aggie around.
All right.
A lot of box lifting. I ran the flower shop for the family. You know, there was a lot.
roll for me, please.
Sorry if you hear.
Is that a cat?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh my god, bring the cat!
He's doing his thing. Okay, rolling. Fuck. Shit.
That noise is Tino crying.
What did you roll?
Nat 20.
No, God.
Son of a bitch.
Wow.
How can I'm so strong.
Okay. I feel like
Damn this ghillie suit.
I supposed to feel like
The ghillie suit gets caught on like the part of under the counter where you put your bag.
I almost feel
It's
like
the ghillie suit.
that Aggie spends most of her time trying to convince everyone that she's strong, and she actually is, but every single time she tries to display the strength, she just can't seem.
Something happens.
Something happens. So you get, you flex a little bit, you get ready, you put your arms out.
Come on,
As
are you ready to go?
I got
get
it.
in
I
there.
got it.
Come on, Daddy. Come on.
Your knee just kind of gives a little bit.
Yeah, that's where the dexterity comes in. I got
The
that
dexterity. Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
God.
ah!
Daddy, I think we gotta do the booths. I think
Yeah, I think
we can do that.
Okay. All right. That's a good idea.
And one of the nearby patrons kind of goes, "Oh boy, you want me to straighten you out? Want me to straighten you out?"
No,
Aggie?
I'm fine. I'm gonna walk over myself. It's fine.
Don't touch me.
Gertie, can I get some help, please?
I can help you. Yes.
Thank
Come here.
you.
Gertie wraps her arm around Aggie.
It's his
I-
perfect height, though, too.
Yeah, because I'm
It's great.
support.
It's a good thing that this isn't a horror campaign where you might have to run for your lives.
Thank goodness.
Uh,
God, that would be stressful.
Tino
Yeah.
comes out with the coffee. Yeah, Tino just comes out with the coffee and sees Granny's struggling and
Drops it.
no, she very carefully puts the mugs down.
Amazing. We're learning. Good.
Okay, Granny, Grandma,
Uh-huh.
do you
what?
Huh?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you just now.
Couldn't hear
Lost my hearing's bad.
help?
Oh no, honey, you go do your
Oh,
job.
no. We weren't
We're
here.
here.
We were not supposed to be here to bother you. Nope.
Nope.
We're
No,
keeping
not
it
make
quiet.
We're being
Can
very
I lift them both on
quiet.
the bar stools? Because I have.
Quiet. We're drawing no attention.
You
We
have a
said
good
we wouldn't.
strength.
We wouldn't.
You need to make a
Yes, I
strength.
do. Yeah.
Okay, make your strength throw.
So that would be a 3.
Perfect. But they're in the middle of like, we're not supposed to be here. You just pick them up by the scruffs of their neck and plop them onto the bar stool. And if anyone was paying much attention, they
Okay.
would be probably a little bit flabbergasted, but everyone's just focused on the TV.
Oh, Tino.
Hmm?
Thank you, honey. That was sweet of you.
And she picks up the mugs and then very carefully puts it in front of them. I didn't summon it this time.
Good.
Good job.
Good job.
And it's exactly how you wanted it. Do you need a minute to... Do you need a...
You got it,
Cassandra?
honey. Oh.
Yes, sweetheart.
What was it that I was supposed to say? After they get their coffee?
Enjoy your coffee.
Oh!
Let me know if you
Right.
need anything else.
And she turns to the grannies. Enjoy your coffee.
Mhm.
Let me know if thou wishest for anything else.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Thou
Doing so good.
wishes.
It's fine. She's doing good.
Doing so
Thou
good at this
wishes
job.
is
Perfect.
lovely. English statement.
That wicked.
Oh, trust.
Oh well,
Okay.
Cassandra's just like listening, and she's like, yeah, and then when you say that wish, she goes, close enough, and then she kind of goes back to what she was doing. At this point,
as soon as she hears the close enough, she's like, oh.
just kind of like celebrating that you got it. It is at this point outside that a bike is kind of making its way, obviously with a rider, through the streets.
This is a horror campaign. You never fucking know.
You never know.
Down.
It could have just been a bike.
A pair of pale green pants with
like a bell dinging, nothing else. Terrifying.
You know, I'm gonna have to put that in a campaign one day.
I had this written down, and only as I started to say the sentence, I was like, that reads like it's literally just a bike.
And here's the thing, in a horror campaign,
yeah, I need to make the distinction in a horror campaign. So in a horror campaign, but this bike has a rider, just let it be known. PSA for everyone. It makes its way through the streets, and they look to be heading past the diner, until its rider spots the previously described dusty pickup truck, and grinds to a very sudden halt. Kit, describe what people see when they look at you in this moment.
Hello. So you see a rather rugged mountain bike. Somewhere in the distance is a yowling cat. A rather rugged mountain bike with, of course, the typical, like, thick tires with several C's. I'm not a mountain biker. I don't fucking know. And on...
Not a coffee drinker either, but here we are.
The bike is actually, like, quite decked out. On one side of the handlebars, there's a cup holder with a travel thermos that smells of burnt convenience store coffee. And on the other side, there is one of those, like, car vent things for, like, to hold your phone, but it's been modified to fit around the handlebar of a bike. Behind the seat, there's a small mount for a wireless speaker. Right? And getting off of the bike and lifting a small tan duffel bag with a bunch of pockets on the side, some that have been clearly sewn in and didn't come with the original duffel bag. There is an average height about like 5'6"-ish, maybe 5'7", person of indeterminate gender, a them, if you will, with straight black hair with some streaks of like lime green that fall down to their shoulders, held back with a couple of hair clips just for the wind. Their expression is mildly curious, with a little hint of familiarity as they kind of look around, take in the surroundings. Aged leather jacket with one of those super cool, like, asymmetrical zippers. Dark blue jeans, distressed, of course, just like their player. Funny. Some nice brown hiking shoes, and a smaller, like, little fanny pack, basically, around their waist that is bulging with something. Look.
Something.
The fanny pack follows me.
Hey,
Oh my
whoa,
God.
Hey.
Whoa,
Fanny
whoa,
packs
hey.
are everything.
Serious stream, everyone. Serious stream. We'll have none of that.
It's too late.
Okay.
You're in a game with me. And they just kind of look around, glance over at the pickup truck, see the small trail of ghillie suit bits that have no doubt fallen off.
Just a trail of moss that leads into the cabin.
Well, the ghillie suit's too long for Gertrude, so it just kind of like drags on the ground as she walks.
Like the little they're like tendrils. They're like tendrils of moss that just.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, Kit, you're a little surprised, if I'm honest. Gertrude and Aggie, you were actually on your way to their house to kind of just rock up and say hey. Gertrude and Aggie don't tend to be people that go out to the diner all that often. It's not unheard of, but it's a rare event. Perhaps an anniversary of some kind. Perhaps you're not sure. But you kind of glance into the window, and sure enough, you can see sitting at the counter are your two favorite elderly residents.
Oh my god, Kit just burst again like, Grandma, did you finally get married? If you would please tell me how you are entering the cafe. Exactly like that. I burst in, Grandma, did you finally get married?
Oh my gosh, why do we have to keep talking about this?
And like Gertrude like hops off the stool.
We just got you up there.
Oh, Granny.
Gertie.
I gotta go. I gotta give
surprise.
And you just get this like
gilly hug,
very warm, aggressive gilly hug around your waist.
All right, get out of here. Then I'm going in for a nice tight hug.
Okay.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, darling.
Kit, as you walk in, you will recognize Cassandra.
Hey, Cass.
She smiles and she's like, "Oh, hey, Kit," and then she goes back to doing what she was doing. There is also someone else that you don't recognize behind the counter, but they're quite tall and sort of brown and white hair. It's in a bandana, but they seem to be kind of making themselves busy. You figure they're probably new.
And Kit's just kind of like, who's the is it? No one new comes in town. Who's that?
Oh, well, there was someone new recently.
You can tell me all about it. Should I head home and get settled in my room first?
Oh gosh, we didn't think about that part, did we?
I didn't think that they were coming back anytime soon. Honey, you didn't tell us you were coming.
Well, yeah, I was kind of in the area, maybe 100 miles or so away, and I decided to drop by.
100 miles
Gertrude,
or so, yeah.
Gertrude, you say that with very lacking confidence, because Kit never tells you.
Never. We could pull out the couch for you.
The couch would be... I think the couch would be fine. The couch be all right, Kit. I know.
It's comfortable.
Who's in my room?
Well,
Tino.
Who's Tino?
You see, the new. We got someone new.
There.
The new one that came into the town when no one else comes in. There's news.
And she was in there.
We didn't know you were gonna be here. This is why we need a heads up sometimes.
You're supposed to call at least an hour before you get here, honey.
Well, I disagree with Gertie in that statement. I think it should be a little bit more time. You should give us some more of a heads up. But that's okay.
Have time to dust.
You adopted a Tino?
Well, I didn't originally. Isn't that this is not?
Tino, you hear your name. You're kind of like messing around. You're kind of refilling the sugar container, and you hear Kit say, "You adopted a Tino?"
Oh my god, y'all! Raven just goes, "Who's Tino? Your replacement? We weren't expecting you to come back."
Your replacement? We weren't expecting.
At hearing my name, I will say, "How now? Who calls me?"
Oh no, Shakespeare's in the house.
Kit is going to fight us. So, Kit, honey, this is Tino. We found her. I found her. I found her. She needed a place to stay.
Oh. Are you traveling or?
Tino doesn't do a lot of traveling.
No.
Not that we know of. They traveled from somewhere. We just don't know where.
Like Michigan or something?
Probably.
You know what? I
Ohio.
never thought about it like that. You're
Maybe
probably very right.
Ohio.
Kit, you're so smart. This is why you need to be around more.
Are you hungry, baby? Do you want me to buy you some lunch, dinner,
Oh, maybe
food?
some coffee.
Coffee?
Oh, I love a
Let's
grilled
get
cheese.
Okay, I'll get the grilled cheese, and we'll
Thanks, Granny.
make sure that the couch is comfy. We'll figure out. You know,
I'll
we can
go buy
down.
a whole nother thing of blankets. I'll go get. I
Yeah,
don't know.
we could go to the consignment shop, and we could get
Actually,
a second bed.
Hang on. I just remembered. And Kit digs into their little fanny pack, and pulls out a couple of like very tightly folded up like ghillie suit patches. Hands them to Granny. I got you some refills, and hang on, and reaches into their back pocket, and pulls out like a tiny Ziploc full of buttons. I found buttons that match your old shirt, Grandma.
Honey.
That was very sweet.
We gotta buy a second bed. I gotta go buy a second bed.
We gotta go take the truck and we can call up. Maybe George can help us take it to the house. We can get it. We can figure it out.
We can do it. We'll get you. We shouldn't have given you. I'm sorry, baby.
No, that's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. So wait, Tino, do you like go to school around here, or what's your like? It's kind of got a vague tone of what are your intentions with my grandparents.
Oh, I was about to say, look at this very wholesome family unit, but we're not quite there yet.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
And you are muted though, Shears, so I cannot hear you.
Yeah, Shears, you're muted.
Damn it!
Puppy.
Well, I still avoided my keyboard, so that's a win. And also, Lexi, you need to go lie down. I'm okay. Tino has been quiet this whole time since Agus and Gertie have told her, "Don't talk about where you came from or how we found you." They asked one time. It was not a nope. It was not a good idea. So she sees this person.
I think we're
Oh
having
no.
some mild connection issues. Say that one more time.
I think we're having some mild connection. Yeah, I was going to say, is it just me that is getting some
No, it's
connection
not just
issues?
you.
Okay, perfect. Not perfect, but
I
I thought that it
yeah.
was my. I
What was
normally
Kid-
presume it's me.
Yeah.
So we heard she sees this person.
What was Kit dressed as again?
Basically, just aged leather jacket, asymmetrical zipper, it's a black jacket, distressed dark blue jeans, brown hiking shoes, duffel bag slung over the shoulder.
She looks down at Kit. Because I imagine Kit's a little shorter.
5'6", yeah.
And says, before says anything, like looks at your outfit, looks at your boots, and just says, "I like your outfit. Would you like coffee?" And a mug appears.
Oh, why do I feel vaguely threatened by this?
And they kind of glance over at Gertie and Aggie. Does she do magic or something?
We'll talk about shit.
I love coffee.
Okay.
Mocha, please.
Puts down a mug, and in it is
We'll never
all
know.
the trimmings that you've ever wanted. And it tastes like something from Italy.
Oh,
And Kit just kind of like takes the mug, looks at it, looks up at you, takes a sip. Holy shit, this is good.
I know, right?
Mhm.
They've never had coffee this good here.
Listen, we're gonna have to talk about it later, but
What?
Tino makes a damn good cup of coffee.
Truly so good. Never had better in my life.
Huh.
Cassandra, who is not fully paying attention at this point, breezes past, doesn't realize that it's like your personal coffee and just goes, "Oh, Tino, sweetheart, you're supposed to charge him first for the coffee, all right?" And then continues on.
And you should see her go, "Oh," and like hold her cheeks for a second, and like, "Oh no, money."
Oh, it's okay.
Oh no,
I'll pay.
we've got no. We've
No.
You got it. Oh wait, no, never mind. Gertie's gonna yell. No, it's not my day.
I got it.
It's not my day. It's not my day. I just didn't want Kit paying for it.
No, Kit's not paying for nothing. All right, and I'm gonna pull out my little. They got a pat around my body, for the right ghillie suit pocket.
You put it in the back, second right behind the knee one.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. And I pull out like this little embroidered, it's like the embroidered material coin purse, and I pop it open and I just pull out like a little wad of like $20 bills, and I'm like,
Granny, you gotta. Granny, no one. We gotta talk about the contactless payment. It's healthier.
And runs over to Cassandra.
Hey, whoa. Don't take the cash away from Gertie. We have to have our own personal stash of things, okay? I don't trust a little... You may use a phone.
Kit, you'd be so proud of me. Look at this. And then I'm going to pat around some more pockets.
That's on the left-hand side.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And I'm going to pull out my smartphone. And I'm like, look at this. And
You got a proper phone.
I swipe it open, and there's 2, like, useful apps on there, and and then when you don't organize your screen and you just download,
looks, yes.
There's just so many apps.
Granny, I gotta get you some folders.
No, I don't. Don't touch it. I got it just the way I like it. Open up my thermal camera app, and I'm like, look, I can see the forest from the diner.
Huh.
And the nice gentleman at the electronics store said I could monitor my cameras.
Is that the view from behind the cabin?
Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes? Question mark? Oh, mistress?
Well, to be honest, so let's briefly go over your little house. Where do you imagine that you live in the town proper? I imagine that you live probably more likely in the surrounds, that is just sort of outside of town.
For sure.
I feel like very very outdoorsy people.
If it's okay to step in and say, like, because Gertie and Aggie were looking, for a place to stay. I'm looking for a nice place to retire. I was trying to go more into town. Gertie was like looking at a cabin deep in the woods, and so we had to meet in the middle, which was like the outer rim, like where we're like we're by the town, but we're like by.
So
the
we're
town.
probably looking at the areas on the map that are
let me see.
labeled as the surrounds.
Yes.
Which is basically, they're not part of the main town. They're still very rural, very country paths, but they're accessible from the main town. You kind of have like roads leading off into them, like dirt roads, hence the pickup truck. There is the northern and the southern surrounds that are kind of, both of them kind of attached to the lake as well. It's really up to you. The northern ones, so there is a vague map that I've sent you guys, which we won't pull up now, but is the kind of like the receipt map. But we'll go ahead and say that you live in the surrounds.
Yeah.
North or south, which would you prefer?
Gertie, what was better for your viewing for?
Oh, definitely. I think they like to live deep in the forest, and I feel if we were to go north, it gets a little bit denser, you know. But we can be a little closer to
It's okay.
Aggie's
I
my best
understand.
friend, and I gotta let you gotta, as long as I can see the tree, I'm happy.
Okay.
I think the northern would be the more heavily wooded one. The southern is a little bit more, I don't want to say like marshy, but it's a little bit, it's more, it's less dense.
We're closer to the woods for sure.
So yeah, let's go with the northern then. And that makes a lot of sense. We talked a little bit about Kit's love of antiques. There is actually an antique shop, a legitimate canonical antique shop in the northern surrounds, so that kind of works out quite well as well. Yeah, so in which case your cameras, I was like, what was the point of this conversation? Your cameras, you really, you're welcome to have set them up wherever you wanted to set them up. We know what you're hunting, okay? Those that you're gonna probably have cameras set up. You probably would have one near the cabin, just because why not? But also there will be, you can flick between cameras. There might be some in the sort of denser, deeper forest. I would probably say that in that area between the surrounds and the and the camp, there's probably been alleged sightings. And in the above the surrounds, in the thicker forest, now that's very dense. That stretches on for miles and miles. It's impossible to, you would probably have a few cameras there, but they would be kind of close to where the surrounds were. I doubt that you'll have hiked all the way up to sort of like Mount Callisto and Mount Mona, but those mountains allegedly, legend tells, are where the beast potentially resides. So it would make sense to kind of have it sort of, I think between the surrounds and sort of that main stretch of road. Maybe a couple there, and then the couple just above the surrounds towards the river, as it were.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, and then one by the cabin.
Yeah, one by the cat. Gotta keep an eye. I just so you know, I did put them in my inventory, so they do take up a slot because I feel like I was cheating just a little. So I fixed it.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's okay.
But yeah, I got one off the camera, one off the back of the cabin to look out towards the woods, and probably one at the front door because I worry about our safety.
All right, and you flick through, and you kind of showing off these sort of cameras. It's starting to get dark outside now, and the thermal imaging has kind of kicked in. And you're watching, and everything looks fine as you're kind of looking, and then just for a second, Kit, as you're kind of gazing at this phone for just a minute second on one of the cameras, not the one by the cabin that your grannies live at, but just one of them, camera 3, we'll say. You just get this like brief glimpse of something. It's exceptionally warm, and it sort of pulses for a second, and as you kind of go to point it out, it's gone. It's literally there only for like 3-4 seconds, just kind of pulsing a little bit, and then it's gone. It was just kind of sort of in the undergrowth. Impossible to tell what it is. Could easily be an animal of some kind, but it did just kind of pass momentarily on the screen and then seem to move off again at an almost unnatural speed.
Hey, Granny. Are there any like weird animals out here?
Oh gosh, you're gonna get us started.
Oh, there's so many.
Oh,
I've been
man.
watching my cameras for weeks now. Oh,
Because like there was a one little pulse right there. It was almost like
Ooh. Hold on, let me just rewind it. He showed me how to do that.
Oh, amazing!
I tell you right now, she has been so hard on this phone. She's been excited to show you this shit. She's been very excited.
I feel like the phone is in one of those thick otter boxes.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes.
Like the thick rubber
Yeah.
with the
Please tell me
plastic
you
that
still
makes
have
it
the
hard.
belt clip to it as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
the nightmare of phone
It's a
technicians
brick house.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's
The
true. You
nightmare.
rewind it. You watch back, and sure enough, there's this sort of like pulse that kind of
I'm just like,
It's
oh
on the
yeah, right
screen.
there. What is that?
and then sort of moves off almost immediately. You
can't.
now we must outline the possibilities. Could be a fox or some kind of like a badger or a coyote or smaller kind of. It was not like a squirrel size. It was definitely sort of a little bit larger than that. So we could be looking at something like that. That's definitely a possibility.
That's one fast little
But
fucker.
it does also fit the profile.
That's one fast little fucker. I didn't know we had. What is that? A skunk or something?
No, honey, that's not a skunk.
I mean,
It
could
could be a skunk.
It could be one of the. Well, we had like a. What was it the other time? Was it like a coyote or something?
It was a fox. I was.
Okay.
One
We
of
can't
these
keep jumping on every single little heat thing. You get a little too excited sometimes, and
It looks like
All I'm saying is it does also fit the profile of one or two cryptids that you have been looking into. Now, hey, let's not jump to conclusions, but
Look
Yeah,
at that little thing go.
It's so fast.
It's zipping.
Oh.
Huh.
Can we just?
Dude, we can pop in the truck, and we can go over there, and
We gotta go get a bed for Kit though.
That's
Oh,
true.
the bed can.
That's
I mean, the
true.
bed can.
The bed can't. The bed can't. Wait, honey. The cryptids can. You know this.
Are you really gonna try to tell and convince her otherwise? No.
as
Guardy's
you're,
getting a bed.
as you're having this conversation, and you're having this conversation quite loudly at this point,
Oh, yeah.
like you're getting
Absolutely.
excited, you're talking about cryptids. The two that have been kind of looking at the TV, waiting desperately, they've been complaining like, God, these ad breaks, they just go on for, it's almost half an hour now. How long before the ads are over? And this music starts up. And they go, hey, Cassandra, can you turn the volume up? Can you turn the volume up? We can't hear. We want to watch the news.
Oh, it's just rude.
And the theme tune for the news starts up, and you see the first thing that comes up is the faces of sort of 5 different people, young adults, and the headline missing. And we will cut to a break now.
No!
Hey, look, hey, it's just a break. It's just a break. It's a break. But we will be back in about 15 minutes. So let's say roughly about 10 to. And we will pick up from where we left off here in the diner, and we will see what this news report has to say. Cool.
Spooky babes.
See you.
Bye.
Bye. I bet that was not nearly as smooth a transition as I wanted it to be. Yeah, no, I just watched it happen on the screen. It was not.
It was not. That's okay. We tried.
That's okay though. We are back. Welcome back to the town of Coldwater. Here in our liminal horror actual play of The Bloom. First of all, just wanted to say thank you so much to Analog Amber. We have hit our sub goal because Analog Amber gifted 1 subs, which is amazing. We gifted two tier 1 subs, which made us hit our sub goal. So thank you so much. We really, really, really appreciate it. And we are absolutely happy to have you here. I saw a goal, I bopped it. Yes, and yes, happy Disability Pride. Happy Pride. It's still Pride, everyone. It'll be Pride all year round for me. I don't care. Other thing, for those of you that might have joined us a little bit later in or have only just joined us, we are running a giveaway on this stream for the game Liminal Horror, so the core game, as well as a module. It's not this one that we're playing, but it is one called The Mall, which is equally as spoopy. It is basically you're in a mall dimension, as it were, that kind of has its own ties to our world, our mortal world, and you are being hunted by some kind of scary person assimilating creature. So looks absolutely terrifying. I've kind of given it a little read through because I bought it. I bought all of it. I have a lot of liminal horror stuff on my. Okay. I love this game very much, and I'm so glad that I get to play it finally. So yes. So what it says here, they have we have donated a bloom of PDF prizes. Who came up with that? Who did that?
It wasn't me.
I love it.
It wasn't me. I'm putting that out there now.
If you haven't already, !liminal, and that will enter you into it for this. So this is for the core zine and the adventure module, the mole. And we will be doing different adventure modules every day, and then I think when our final episode we'll be giving away an entire bundle. So how flipping exciting is that? Cool. Burb is innocent. Burb is not innocent.
Hold up.
If it's
Hold
not
up.
this, it's something else. That being said, if you're just joining us now, we have just met our wonderful cast and the various people that will be solving this mystery with us over the next 5 weeks. We have 2 badass grannies, a biker, and whatever
and a shrug emoji.
and a shrug emoji. A coffee loving potential Eldritch entity. We're not really sure. But they sound like the likeliest of crew. And they have. So they're just at the Cold Water Cafe, which is a sort of 50s style diner in the middle of town. We have the map now up so everyone can see, and you can see it's right in the heart there. And as we kind of left out before the break, the news was just about to start I'd like to say blaring through the speakers. I mean, it's like a very old CRT TV, so I would say sort of fuzzing its way through the speakers is probably a more accurate term. And you kind of your attention is drawn by the fact that, I mean, these 2 patrons, they've been waiting for the news for a lot of adverts, it seems. And they've been waiting for the news for a while, but it's finally come on. And as the music starts up, they kind of drew your attention because they were quite rude about how loud you were being and how they needed the volume turned up, and they were getting a bit antsy about that. Cassandra's kind of come along, and she's obviously interested as well. So she has turned the volume up quite loudly, and it kind of blares out. At this point, there's not really many people in the diner itself. It's really just these 2 people kind of sitting, watching the news. Maybe one other family in a booth nearby, and the rest of you. So as the news kind of blares out, these 5 faces appear, and they're all sort of young adults, probably in their early 20s is what you'd be looking at. And there's this big headline that just says missing. And definitely Gertrude and Aggie, and even to an extent Tino as well. You would know vaguely about this. You'd have definitely heard of this. What this is referring to is some campers recently went missing. And the caster kind of just goes, "Oh, good evening. We are bringing you the latest news on the 5 campers that have been reported missing at Cold Water Camp. Reports say they have been gone for some days now, yet local authorities remain baffled as to why their campsite was abandoned and where could they have all gone." And it's something that's talked about amongst the town members. You will know that it's a very tight-knit, small community. People don't like to talk about bad things happening in their town. They like to be very positive and upbeat, and so it's glossed over a lot. But everyone is interested and wants to know what's happening at the same time. So it's definitely something of a mystery that people are kind of like, oh, I wonder where those campers went. It's brought a lot of hushed conversations back to an incident a year ago-ish, where people were killed and went missing, and were injured. But that was all sort of residents of the town. This time, this is out-of-towners. So this is people that do not live in the town, and they obviously went to Cold Water Camp, which is a sort of campground on the main map that you guys have access to. You'll be able to see it. It's actually marked as Cold Water Camp. Without a trace, these 5 sort of young adults have just kind of gone completely missing. No real sign of where or when, and the local authorities are kind of deflecting questions left, right, and center, and kind of doing some minor investigation into it, but they don't seem to have really turned up much. And the newscaster keeps going on, essentially like, basically, hey, the news is that we still have no idea what's happened to these people. You, however, Kit, this is the first that you are hearing of this. And interestingly, obviously, you've just come down. You're in the evening now. You probably rode some of the trails near to the campground on the way here. And so this would probably be like, a little bit concerning to you specifically. But yeah, this is brand new information for you.
Aggie. You know we know. I know what happened to those missing campers. You know that.
You didn't tell me there were missing campers.
I don't know if you can just go around and start saying that you know what happened to them,
I didn't want to worry you, after the incident last year. I know you were a little concerned, and I didn't want you to... I don't camp out there,
I ride out there.
I didn't know you were coming.
This is why we need the warning. Is why we need the heads up. It's why you told us that we had to have phones.
In case a camper goes missing and I might be riding through the woods nearby?
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
That's a good point. Yeah, okay.
I text you sometimes. Do you get them?
Of course I get them. And, it just, shoves their hand into their back pocket. And good old Aggie, your phone rings.
I got a flip phone.
Yep.
Oh, why is all right? Hello?
Hey, Grandma, I'm coming for a visit.
This is correct.
Honestly, with you in town, I should have seen that one coming. That was good. Okay, flip that close and then tuck that back in my pocket. Gosh dang it.
It's the big one though, kid.
You really think?
I think it's the big one. I think that's why they're missing.
I think it's the big one?
I do.
Keep your voice down. We don't want to scare you.
That's why I have so many cameras out there, kid.
Do you want to go on a field trip to the campsite?
I want to go on a field trip to the campsite so bad. Aggie told me I couldn't go by myself.
Look.
She doesn't want to go.
Look, Granny... Why don't we let Granny take a look and see what's out there? We can see if, whatever traces of bears...
Anybody getting hurt. I just don't want it to get hurt, okay?
We'll take the truck. I'll take the bike. There's nothing out there. We'll just...
All right. You're just out there in your ghillie suit, and I feel like you're going to get stuck on something and break a hip, and then I'm not going to see you again, and I don't want to deal with that.
I won't break a hip. That'd be fine.
And I guess Tino can bring coffee.
Tino can bring coffee.
Oh, Tino can always bring coffee.
That is very good coffee.
The best coffee.
That is very good coffee.
Gertie's gonna kind of like reach for Kit's hand, and just kind of like, come here, come here. And Gertie's gonna grab Kit's hands, and hold them like a little grandma, the comforting hand support, and just in Kit's ear, like, I found her in the woods, and she had no idea what was going on, and she's a little strange, but I care about her so much.
For a second, you see Kit looking mildly confused. And then they're just like, Grandma or Tino?
That's a great question, honey, but I mean Tino this time.
Oh my god.
Like, in the woods, as in like hitchhiking on the road or something?
Oh, honey, she was just wandering around out there. I was out there checking my cameras because I saw something moving. Turns out it was her.
How long has she been,
Oh, how long's it been now, Aggie?
How long's what been?
How long we've had Tino for?
Oh gosh. Well, Tino doesn't really keep track of time very well.
Do you want me to tell you?
I would love that.
Darling, you don't even know. I would love that.
That you probably had. I mean, you found Tino pretty worse for wear.
It's making her sound like a stray cat.
I was pretty banged up.
She looked like she had been, where you found her, she had been living in the wild for a while. Really not coming into contact with much in the way of faces. Probably I would say you found her over half a year ago, maybe 7 or 8 months ago.
God, Kit's never gonna forgive us for not telling them that we adopted someone 7 months ago.
This long.
This is what happens. Like I find this with this is a classic, like, elderly generation. I hold you to a standard where you're supposed to text me and call me.
Yeah, you're supposed to call me,
but I don't have to do the same to you. I don't have to
figure out how to work this thing
in my life.
I know how to use my cameras and send you shaky photos of the birds I see in the trees.
Anyway, it's been like a few months.
A little bit.
A few months.
Yeah.
Meaning like 4,
1,
5,
7,
6.
probably closer to 9.
7, 9. We've
8?
already.
What year is it?
Why are we counting again?
It's okay. It's okay, Grammy and Grandma. It's okay. It's okay.
I look, sweetheart. She was out there all alone, and
You know what it's like when Granny brings home a stray. I can't. What am I supposed to do?
Well, usually it's a cat, but
well,
I mean what's
the comparison?
It's fine.
It's close.
Close enough.
She makes really good coffee.
she does make really good coffee. I'll give it.
I want to see a stray cat make really good coffee. You know.
You know,
see that?
I'm sure.
This act I'm living for.
I mean, I'm sure in New York City they've got some.
Oh, probably.
Yeah,
I've never
no,
been.
You're right.
To New
I
York.
saw. No, you're right. I've seen a few in my time. Once I think about it.
But like,
okay, good. Touche, kid. Damn, we've taught you well.
So good. I'm so proud of you, honey. And he gets a little cheek pinch.
I learned from the best, Granny.
Oh. Well,
I
we're
learned from
gonna go.
Grandma.
Oh, damn.
I mean, what can I say? You see, they're rocking the fanny pack. I told you, fanny packs are where it's at. That's why I have 3 of them on me. You know.
I didn't
And
really
they don't
have anywhere
fit
else to put the
around
ghillie
the
suit.
Hey, she likes to wear it. Okay.
It is at this point that I think Tino, you're kind of behind the counter. You've been watching this kind of interaction go on. Cassandra is half kind of paying attention to the TV. And then she kind of looks at the time and she goes, "Oh, Tino, sweetie, your shift's up."
But
You're done, darling.
Okay. Puts this salt shaker and the pepper shaker down.
Yeah, good. Oh, even the right way round. Well, you'll be pleased to know, and you can go and tell your grandmas that you're hired. We'll be welcome. We'd love to have you on board. We're gonna need all the help that we can get with the festival coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just this like soft rumble of thunder outside, and it's loud enough that people kind of look and they're like, "Oh, yeah." And everyone, like that thing where everyone murmurs the same thing. They're all like, "Oh, storm's coming, storm's coming." Yeah, everyone's kind of doing that, and Sandra's like, "Oh, storm's coming," to herself, and this sort of slight collective unease, but it's just a storm. It'll be fine. So they're kind of not too fussed about it. Meanwhile, on the TV, they've kind of been talking about this campers, and they've gone through they have actually did talk about the storm that's on its way. It's a very heavy storm, predicted really hard rainfall. There's been like a lot of safety flooding warnings for various areas around where Coldwater is. And then kind of at the end, these two kind of anchors, one of goes, and for our final piece, Hank, do you like blueberries? No, Jen, I don't. Well, if you did, you'd be pleased to know that the Coldwater Blueberry Festival is due to start in just a couple of days' time. So everyone, head on out, support your local businesses. And we are pleased to tell you that, and she kind of looks a little bit confused as she says that, Cult Pizza will be doing their special blueberry pizza. Now, did you ever think the blueberries could go on a pizza? No, I didn't, Jen. That sounds disgusting. Well, you don't know it till you try it, so why don't you give it a try? Signing off. Good night, everyone. Stay safe out there. And the kind of music starts to blare up again as the news kind of finishes.
Kit immediately gets on the phone and orders a blueberry pizza from a Cold Pizza.
You absolutely could go and pick up some pizza on your way home if you wanted to. But yes, Tino, you have got the job. You are hired.
Tino is actually trying to show restraint and be like, "Thank you," and like remembers to actually take off the apron this time. Goes into the back to get her knitted bag that she made very proudly for herself, and pulls out her flip phone, like the old Nokia, the indestructible one, because the last 7 kind of broke. She doesn't understand how they broke. She just touched it and it broke.
Mm-hmm.
So she checks the phone and everything to make sure it was fully charged, and then puts it in her back pocket, grabs her hoodie. She has to remember it's called a hoodie, and puts it on, and then comes out to meet with the grannies and Kit. I got the job.
Oh, it was a test shift? Congratulations.
Sweetheart, you just said you got the job?
Yeah.
I knew you'd do it.
Behind her, Cassandra kind of meets both of your eyes and goes, like,
Honestly, you should have had the job 6 hours ago. It should have already been said to be yours. You're so good. You're so good.
Proud of you, honey. You're doing a good job.
Now
she like shrinks down, but it's like a happy shrink.
Aww.
Now next on the docket, the storms are rolling. Everybody, there's all the mumbles. Storms rolling in. Are we going to get?
Oh, storms coming, storms coming,
See,
storms
you
coming.
hear them?
They never stop.
You can
So
hear
how-
them more than the storm.
You can't.
I
So
mean,
how
we-
about this?
Probably have time to stop at the furniture store on the way home, right?
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Mm-hmm.
Kit, you know what's up.
Stop at the furniture store. You can ride in the truck, Kit. We
Please
have
put
enough
your-
space.
Put your butt. We're gonna get your bike in the back of the truck. I don't want you riding in this weather. I don't want it.
It's just cloudy so far. The storm isn't even here yet.
Yeah, but what if you get caught and then you're gonna get wet and then you're gonna
And
get
then
sick?
the tires are gonna be slipping.
Mm.
And
It's a
God
mountain
forbid you
bike.
come out of it with a sneeze.
I can meet you at the house.
No, there's
Come
enough
on.
room.
We've got room in the truck.
I
Everybody,
mean, the
come on.
doctors let me go out in the rain sometimes if I was good.
And that's where we shoo
What?
out the door and we talk about this
Yes,
later.
we
Let's
talk
go,
about the doctors
everybody.
at home.
Doctors
I
at
think we're
home.
going
Don't
to the
worry, making
car.
appointments. It's all good.
To the grocery store. Wait,
And the pizza will
it's
be
the
ready in
furniture
20
store.
minutes.
Yeah,
Oh,
pizza.
perfect.
Ooh, good.
Okay, okay. I feel like chaos reigns, and I love it, but we need to rein it in.
Yep.
Okay, we got a furniture store interest. There is a furniture store. There is also a cult pizza if you want to order pizza. I feel like someone at one point said an antique store. There is one of those as well. So you have one. So we were in, for those that at home. The way that the day is divided, we are in the evening phase of the day, and this was kind of our activities for the evening was finishing up Tino's shift and getting watching the news. So now we're heading into nighttime. You are welcome to do a couple of things or split up and kind of head your way into figuring out pizza, a bed, and anything else that you want to do. If anything isn't immediately clear on any of the maps of what it is, I'm happy to find out and tell you exactly what you're looking at. And then we can pick a couple of things to do and then head home back to Grammy's house. Grammy and
Gotta go
Grammy's house.
home. I think I'm just throwing this out there.
Yep, go ahead, Daddy.
Best course of action. Kit orders the pizza.
Oh my God, Yadi. Yep.
Yep. We go stop by the furniture store, grab a bed
Mm-hmm.
or a blow up just for now, if that's
Whatever
what we
we have
gotta
to
do.
do.
Just be quick. Be fast. Be quick. We go
Couch
pick up
is
the pizza.
still fine.
If I don't, honey, you need a bed. And then
Let
we
Gertie
can go
finish
home.
talking.
Thank you.
I don't mind sleeping on the couch.
Oh my God! If one of you,
I'm gonna burn the couch. The couch.
I only spilled coffee once.
No, honey, it's not.
no, that's not what it's about. Okay. I know what you're laying down, Gertie. I do.
Thank you.
I do.
That's why you're my best friend.
Pizza, order, bed, pick up.
Yep.
Go home, pick pizza up on the way home. No one's
Yes!
sleeping on the couch.
God.
Well,
Okay.
you won't let me sleep on the floor anymore.
You've been sleeping on the floor. There's a bed in the room.
Tino, I know you've been sleeping on the floor even though the bed is in there. So if you don't mind bunking up until tomorrow, we can go get the bed tomorrow. But I'm just
I guess that's true too. I didn't know that they weren't using the bed still.
well,
It's been months.
I just keep picking up the blankies off the floor, you know.
Oh, so when
I
I come in
mean-
later,
Well,
it
you-
looks like it's been.
Argument
Kit.
the whole time, and Tino wasn't even sleeping on the bed.
They told me to make the bed, and it's so pretty. I didn't want to ruin that.
No,
Let's just pick up pizza. That's
pizza,
it.
Yeah.
just pizza.
Pizza.
Okay,
Just a
well,
pizza. Call an order. Did I hear something about blueberries
Yep.
on them? Okay. I'll give it a
Blueberries,
shot.
pineapples, and ham. How's that?
Can you add some
Okay,
jalapenos?
I have actually got pizza options for you.
Oh
Oh.
my God.
Yeah, this is the kind of detail that we're getting into in this module. Okay.
I love
Okay, so you can absolutely call up, or you can just drop by there. To be honest, on your way home, Occult Pizza is literally round the corner. It is a small sort of, it's like a little corner shop. It's got bright blue paint. There's an awning emblazoned with this huge logo, which is essentially just a pizza, like with like a sort of squid-like monster coming out of it and placing toppings on the pizza. It says very so as most kind of restaurants, and especially in this kind of rural area do, it says best pizza in the state on the sign. It's a very common thing to see, but I think that most people would describe it as aggressively fine. Literally written in the book as this. It does have like quite a few, you can get really kind of what you want, but there are some specials. So obviously the news mentioned a blueberry one, oddly. There is also mushroom and fried catfish available, and you are welcome to, I mean, it's not that expensive, so you can get them all if you want, but those are the 3 specials, but go for any, I'm sure they can look up any pizza flavor that you want.
I will call and order a blueberry, pineapple, and ham, and then a catfish.
Can you put jalapenos
on both?
On half of it. On half of it.
Half
please.
The catfish, please.
Thank you.
Okay. So I call and order a blueberry and pineapple ham, and then a catfish with half jalapeno.
And anyone want a mushroom one, or we're just going
Mushrooms
catfish?
are the devil.
I mean, I want mushrooms, but I know Kit doesn't like them.
Tina had to forage.
Tina raises her hand like, mushroom?
And a mushroom. Can I
Just a
have a
small
non-pizza
one.
left beef one, please?
So what are you doing? You doing a half and half, or are you doing just 3 pizzas?
I feel like we should do a personal, or like, you know, like a personal mushroom pizza for Tina.
Yeah.
That way, because she's the only one who likes it.
Yeah, so we'll do like 2 mediums and a personal.
Perfect. All right. Do you know when I thought about me GMing this, I did not imagine that
I'm thinking about
pizza ordering was
pizza orders.
But here we are. When I read into this, I was like, wow, this is in depth.
That's why.
Okay, so something is happening. I'm so sorry. I'm having some technical difficulties. No, it's just my computer is just it's nothing happening like with the stream. It's just my computer is like, I'm going to do lots of things I'm not supposed to do.
That's right.
Okay, so you head over to this pizza place, and there's this very bored looking, slightly acne ridden teenager, just kind of the only person in there, and then his voice is breaking. He's like, oh hey, welcome to Cold Pizza. And
Lil Ethan? Is that you?
Wait, is this you talking to this person?
Yep, yeah.
Oh, hey, Kit! It's been a long time!
Yeah, how you been?
You know, so filmmaking careers in the works. Till then, pizza, I guess. What about you?
I've been around. Can I have a Hawaiian add blueberry cheese crust?
Blueberry?
Yeah.
Oh, did they run the story?
Yep.
We're not supposed to start selling the blueberry till tomorrow.
Please.
Oh well, we saw it on it was on the TV. They showed it. And
You've
my
gotta have
little kid
blueberries.
here wants the blueberries on the pizza, so you're gonna go find them.
you see, he's like he looks at you and squints and then he looks at Kit and he goes, you know what, for you, Kit, I will knock up a blueberry pizza just for you, okay?
Thank you.
For old time's sake. With what did you say? Pineapple?
Pineapple, blueberry ham, a medium, another medium,
Ham?
another
Okay.
medium with the catfish, and half of that with jalapeno, and then
Got
a personal mushroom.
When you say mushroom, his eyebrow raises.
Look, it's
And
not
just
for
goes-
me.
He looks straight at you and he's like, mushroom.
Not for me.
All right,
I just order what I'm told.
whatever you want. And he he kind of goes into the back and starts cooking up these pizzas. And you're all waiting there. It doesn't really take all that long, actually. He's pretty quick at it. Is it just the pizzas that you're going to be doing this evening, or are you doing anything else?
I think it was just the pizza.
It's
Just
the
the
pizzas.
pizzas. We've got drinks at home.
We've got some drinks at home and apparently a bed that's been open and available. So
I love it. All right. Not very long, little Ethan. That's that now. Kind of comes out and has your pizzas kind of in these boxes, and he goes, "Well, enjoy your night." And nice, good to see you, Kit. Good to see you. We should catch up.
Yeah, sounds good. If I don't know how long I'm in town, I'll let you know.
All right, non-committal. I like that. Yeah, great. And then just average to mediocre response. Cool. And then just goes back to just. Honestly, he was just kind of on his phone, clearly playing Snake or something. It was like he was not really doing all that much. And you head back to the pickup truck. The bike, I guess, is being put on the pickup truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
And you head your way home. You probably get about halfway, and you're kind of driving and having a chat, catching up, I guess, about various different things. I mean, you're welcome to RP it if you want.
Again.
I am showing Granny the magic of the Ring doorbell.
The Ring doorbell.
That takes up at least 2 hours of the evening. So
During the ride, Tino is in the back of the truck with the bike, just enjoying the wind.
Driving, focus. That storm could roll in at any moment.
At some point, I look back and I'm like, "Hey, Tino, you want music?"
No, I'm good.
Okay.
And they just close their eyes and rest their head against the back of the cab.
So in the woods?
what, honey?
What?
Yeah, just
Where's she from?
I don't.
The woods, didn't you hear her? She said the woods.
We don't know where she's from, but sometimes she talks about things that make me worry about where she did come from. You know,
She's got a lot of weird things. Talking about sometimes a lot of numbers come out of her mouth. You know, a lot of weird numbers randomly.
she brings up doctors a
The
lot.
doctors, whoever the doctors were.
They were horrible to her.
Listen, if I ever see them, it's
That sounds
hike
like...
and pull.
What sort of illegal shit did y'all stumble on?
What do you mean illegal shit? What are you talking about? Gotti was just in a ghillie suit. Nothing was illegal.
There was no law
like 7 months ago.
involved. Mm-hmm.
Roughly, give or take a few.
Well, that-
Time is weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay.
Aggie, make a dex save
Ooh. Oh no. Oh no.
as you swerve to avoid an animal just suddenly in the road.
I have such bad decks. Here we go.
Tino's in the back of the truck.
I got a 4, and my dex is 4.
Hey! Okay, so you just about manage. You're kind of talking and you're
Talking, yeah.
It's like, Grandma!
and then you've been focus on the road, and then just as you kind of turn to just say this one thing, the headlights of the pickup truck just catch this animal's eyes. There's an animal just sitting in the middle of the road. It's not doing anything. It doesn't even attempt to run or anything like that. It's just sitting. And you slam the brakes on, and the truck, the animal is here. The truck literally just grinds to a halt right here, like moments away. And even when it's that close to the animal, which at this point you can see is a cougar.
Oh.
A young cougar, and it just stares.
Does it appear to be alive?
Yeah, it's sitting. It's breathing. It's blinking.
Tino, you good?
Gertie, do you have the blowhorn?
I got
that
the
you
bear
keep
mace.
That works too. What are the two? Bear mace or the blowhorn?
All right, hold on. Tino, stay in the back of the truck, honey.
What's going on?
Don't
you're
worry
safe.
about it. Stay back there.
Just-
It is just looking at me.
All right.
Looking at you, and
Looking.
Tino like looks over, like turns around
There's
and
a
looks over
kitty.
and sees the. Oh, it's a cat.
Nope, not a cat. Hold
No,
on.
I mean it's a cat, but it's a big kind. Just stay there.
It's gonna,
Hi, cat.
and I like.
Oh, no,
Tino! I'm gonna like
Nope,
fumble
nope.
around in the glove compartment, pop it open, and pull out my bear mace.
I got your bear mace.
And I'm gonna.
Don't hurt it.
I'm just gonna shoot it. My dex.
What- Yeah, no, but what is your intention? So you're gonna get out with
yeah.
the bear mace. What are you trying? What are you wanting to do? This
I
cougar.
Don't want to spray it unless it tries to attack me. My goal is to like make myself look big in my ghillie suit and like and try and get it to, run off.
You do a rah, and I'll honk the horn.
Yeah, exactly. At the same time. That's
Same
a good
time.
idea.
Teamwork, baby.
So we're trying to scare it out of the road so that it can run back. Because I'm not trying to hurt it. This is a kitty. It's just doing this business in the road.
All right. Is anyone else getting out? Or gonna try and interact? Oh, of course, Tino is getting out. Yep, love it.
God, yeah.
So
Kit's
Tino
gonna stay in the truck where
hops
they
out.
belong.
Tino hops out of the truck, looks at the cat, doesn't maintain eye contact, and just goes, "Hi." It's okay. Like squats down. Cup appears, and it's full of kibble.
Coffee?
No, kibble, actual kibble, and just holds it out, puts
I
it down,
You got any
and
raw
just
meat?
says,
Okay. So, you both hop out. Gertrude, you bring the bear mace out. You've got it ready. You're ready to go with this, and you sort of walk over to this cougar, approaching slowly, carefully. It just sort of sits, and it does turn to look at you, but you feel like it's not quite seeing you. It's just kind of vaguely aware of its surroundings. You approach a little bit, and you begin to wave your arms and attempt to frighten it off in some way. It does not respond to you.
What about with the horn?
So you're pressing the horn, is that on the when you press the horn, it vaguely looks back towards the pickup truck as if it's registering that something is happening in that direction.
Whoa.
But its reflexes seem off. Like a cougar, cougars are they're big cats, right? They have excellent reflexes. They have fantastic hearing, and you are blasting this horn essentially right next to it. It should be jumping back like a cat would if it encountered a cucumber, but it is instead it's just vaguely seems aware of its surroundings and of the things going on around it. It's just kind of, and it doesn't seem to be hyper focused on something else either that is catching its attention instead. Because that can sometimes happen with animals. Obviously, they then become so focused on something else that nothing you do will sway them. But that doesn't seem to be the case. It just seems to be very docile.
Does it respond to the kibble?
The moment that Tino walks over to it, it doesn't respond until she says hi. Then it turns and looks directly at her. Still seems to be, and you're still going with the horn. Now this seems to have its some sense of attention. There's still kind of that very like vacant look in its eyes. And when you produce the kibble, it doesn't eat it or go to eat it, but you watch its nose, and it does seem to like sniff. It seems to register that there is there's a smell here. There's something that is interesting here, but it doesn't do anything beyond that. It's just vacant. This is the most responsive that you've seen it, but it is still not entirely right. At this point, I'd say that Gertrude and Tino are probably close enough that you would also notice around its ears, there seems to be some kind of like, it's difficult to see what it is, but it seems to be like some kind of like muck or like moss, some kind of, it looks like it's got something kind of gross and a bit weird around its ears.
Aggie, turn on the high beams on the truck.
Yeah,
give
you
like
can.
better light for them.
Yeah, you turn on the high beams and you can see a lot better. And again, now that the high beams are on, you can see this weird like dirt, this weird like muck. It almost looks a bit slimy, a bit strange. Is embedded in its claws. And there's this sort of like now that the high beams are on, there's this weird yellow dusting on its fur. It looks like it kind of almost looks like it's covered in pollen. It's a very strange look, and bits of this are just kind of floating slightly around where perhaps it's moved before and disturbed it. But other than that, it's unresponsive.
Is it pollen season?
It's summer. It's the height of summer. So
my question would be, would Tino have any idea or any vague knowledge about something like this?
I feel like Tino, make a control save for me.
Okay. Because let's see. The one time I roll a little higher, it's a 10.
A 10. And what is your control?
9.
9. Okay. I think that you would. A 10 is close. I think that you would just for a second, as this thing turns towards you and meets your eyes and just has that moment of clarity for just a second before disappearing back into being completely vacant. There would just be a tug, a feeling of like something that just is pulling at a memory, pulling at something that is inherently within you, but you cannot put your finger on it. You do not know what that is, and it didn't have a strong enough hold enough to pull any kind of memory or do anything that would actually serve you in this moment. But it just was something tried to connect and didn't, just as you kind of looked at each other. Yeah. So you're not really sure, to be honest.
I can't, honey, I can't hear you with the windows up, Aggie. I'm not sure. I can't hear your words at all. I don't know what's happening, but I think you're mute.
My bad. The windows are down. Sorry about that. Get in the damn truck.
Crank.
We've got to get it out of the road at least. Somebody bring me some towels. I got some in the back, under the back seat. Blankies.
I've got one in the duffel.
Okay, all right, great. Is it your only towel kit?
Yeah.
Okay, no, don't use that. We've got blankets
No,
under
we've got
the
blankets
seat.
under the seat. Listen to Gutty. Listen to.
All right.
And then a minute.
Grandma, stay in the car. I'm just reach down to the thing, and
Somebody's got to be ready to drive us out of here. We got a damn big cat in front of us.
I will hop out to help Granny.
Well, thank you, honey.
Are you attempting to lift this thing?
I think drag maybe.
Drag would be more accurate. So I want to.
Ooh. Go ahead.
No, I want. What's your idea?
I would like to open the catfish pizza box and see if it'll respond to catfish. Just wave a piece of fish in front of its nose.
You do that. Oddly, no.
You're a weird-ass cat.
No sense of sniffing, no sense of looking, no sense of like that drool that you might expect to see of like that kind of instinctual food is here response. There was to the kibble something. There was some sense of like that. There was that kind of flaring of nostrils that indicated that it was acknowledging that there was an interesting smell or something in the area. But beyond that, like, you've had no response from this cat, and it's just staring vacantly. Like, you're at this point, you're all kind of walking around it, trying to find a best angle to just kind of like, but without it being in harm's way in case it wakes up and just loses its shit. But it's not even like, it's not even really following. It just occasionally, when a particularly loud stomp or something happens nearby, it will just kind of vaguely just be like it's trying to. It's very docile. Are you gonna try to drag it?
Yeah, I think I would ask Tino to help me and Kit with this probably because I know she's pretty strong.
All right, you can do a strength, and I will allow you to roll 2d20 and go for the lower number.
Me or Tino?
Yeah, whoever is main dragger.
Not me. I'm the person that slides the towel as Gertie lifts the cat.
Yeah, we're
I'm guessing that Tino then is going to be the person that's dragging mostly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got the strength.
You're so deeply involved in this memory, Tino, that no one can hear the words coming out of your mouth right now. You are just
muted involvement.
Well, I think the memories are coming back because I rolled 11 and a 13.
Ooh.
My strength is a 10.
Oh,
Oh.
All
Tino,
aboard!
Tino is very much struggling to move this creature.
Do I need to
Try.
throw this bad boy in park and get out there and help you guys?
Agnes,
Honestly,
yeah.
maybe.
I'm coming
Probably.
out
Come
and
on,
throwing this
sorry.
car in park, and I'm getting out of the truck and I'm coming out.
Are you gonna try to?
I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try to do a
Okay,
strength
you
check.
try, and again I'll allow, because at this point
2
all
rolls?
4 of you are just two rolls, the lower
Okay.
number.
All right, got it.
I believe in you.
First roll was a 2. Second
Okay.
roll was an 18, so we'll take that too.
Yeah.
My strength is
all right. So
yeah.
what I think that you will notice, Tino, as you're kind of like trying to move this thing and sort of failing a bit, it's quite heavy. It seems to just be the heaviness is coming from this thing just being so relaxed that all of its weight is just like, you know, when like someone just flops all of their weight on you and it's just like the heaviest thing. It's just completely doing that. Like, it's not giving you any, it's not trying to move away. It's not giving any resistance. It's just in your arms and you can't move it. As you kind of get up quite close to try to move it, you can hear this very faint sound and you realize that it's purring. It's just purring. But there's no sense of what it's purring at. It's just as if it's constantly running on that level of hormone, that level of endorphin, I guess, that would just give it that constant
This thing's stoned.
pressing that that pleasure point, as it were, that's making it purr. You pull away at that point because Aggie just comes and kind of swoops up and very
tired of this shit.
Grabs on it, and the rest of you are just kind of running after and places it down. The moment that you place it, it just looks up, and then its ears twitch as if it's heard something or responding to something, and it slowly lopes off into the tree line.
Oh, I see how it is. We do all of the work and then just like a cat, we're not taking in this stray. We're not doing it.
All right. And we'll kind of start to wrap up here. You get back to Granny and Grandma's. You open up the pizzas. You spend a little time together in the evening. Just kind of really, I guess, enjoying the company. Just, enjoying each other's company. And let me just pull something up real quick.
Random encounter table, all missing campers.
All 5 of them.
Yep, just in our backyard.
Chilling.
All right, I need it. Okay. And you eat your pizzas. The blueberry one, oddly, not bad. Again, aggressively fine. Like, and you thought it would be gross, but it's actually weirdly okay. Kind of complements the pineapple, and then the ham is just so like plain, and it's actually a little bit under-seasoned. So then it just kind of ends up making this mix of somehow it tastes okay. The catfish is probably the best tasting one, especially for most of you. Tino, you sit and you eat your mushroom pizza. And it tastes fine. It tastes okay. But at one point you take a bite, and one of the mushrooms on it, as you kind of swallow it, and the taste of it fills you, it doesn't taste quite right. It tasted a little bit off, something not quite right, and All right, that's noted. You return to your floor as Kit sort of climbs into the bed, feeling a little nauseous. But other than that, nothing seems to be all that wrong.
I fucking told y'all mushrooms are the devil. I fucking told you.
Trying not to metagame.
And as we kind of head into the night, the doom clock ascends to 1.
The block.
Yes. The faint rumbles of thunder get a little louder, and they kind of at points they kind of keep you up in the night. Meanwhile, the camera pans over to a lake where a lone fisherman is doing a spot of night fishing, and he's kind of sort of whistling to himself. He's got like he's got the radio tuned in. It's finding it hard. He keeps adjusting to try and find a station that he can kind of get signal from. And he kind of pulls out his phone. The bars on the phone just keep flickering. The signal just keeps going from like weak to non-existent to strong for just a couple of seconds and then non-existent again. And he's just sort of sitting, grumbling to himself, like, damn storm. And he nets a catch and he begins to reel it in. And he sort of pulls it out the water, half distracted as he turns a dial on his radio. He does, and his fingers kind of close around this fish. He gasps in surprise and looks back at it. He just kind of stares at it for a second. Well, I ain't never seen no furry fish before. And at that point, this fish starts to struggle and emits a puff of some kind of strange, sort of slightly yellowy gas.
Not the spores.
Before sort of wiggling its way out of his hand and back into the water, and he just kind of sits coughing and brushing himself off, and he goes, losing my goddamn mind out here, and he begins to pack up his things to return home, and that is the end of session 1.
What if it wasn't though?
What if it wasn't? Because I can't end on furry fish. What?
Wow.
And Tino had the mushrooms.
Fuck.
No regrets.
I'm going to just give this as your final warning, everyone, while we do our outros. We are running a giveaway. So to enter, it's just exclamation point liminal, is that correct?
Yeah. Exclamation point liminal.
Yeah, so if you haven't already entered, I would absolutely say that you get your entries in now, because you've got until the end of this stream. And you will be entering to win a copy of Liminal Horror, and not this module, but the mole module. So like a sort of combination between the two. It's an excellent game. We're having a ton of fun playing it so far. And I would highly recommend that you go and check out Liminal Horror, and it's made by Goblin Archives. You can find it on their itch.io page. Go check it out. I'm going to really quickly go round and get everyone to kind of sign off, do a couple of announcements, and then we will be out of here. So let's see. I'm going to go backwards this time. So I'm going to go with Shears, if you would like to just give us the rundown, who you are, where we can find you. Oh, we're going to say your Twitter, but if you feel like sharing that at this point, go for it.
Sure thing, GM Cat. Hello, everyone. My name is Bloodthread Shears, Shears for short. I play Tino Miller, and you can find my link tree in the chat because I am Legion online. I go by many names. I am a streamer here on Twitch. I am a professional photographer, professional dancer, and I do all the hats. I'm the head of different drum photography. So if you're in the tri-state area of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and certain areas of Pennsylvania, and you need a photographer for headshots, for events, whatever you need, hire me. I'm very good at what I do. I am currently working on some photos to get my portfolio updated. And you can find me here on Sundays and then upcoming on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be a hamster over on here on Girls Run These Worlds for I forget how to pronounce it. Mixum?
Mishton? I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, but I'll be there, and this month is my birthday month, so I'm gonna be very, very busy. And I may be working on something. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Back to you, Kat.
Back to you in the studio, Kat. Cool. Let's go with the bourbon next.
Fuck,
Amber.
that's me. Hello, hi.
Yeah.
Hello, hi. I am your friendly local Genberb. I am actually the what the fuck am I? The Chief Administrative Officer here at Girls Run These Worlds. It's a new title. I have been your friendly local kit. I can be found on Twitter as long as it, as long as it's alive. At Genberb.
When you can see tweets, you might find Jen's Twitter.
When you can see tweets, you might find Jen's Twitter. Exactly. Other than that, I will. I'm honestly mostly just on this channel. However, once Theros is back up and running, I'll be on Kat's channel, GM Cat.
What? Say what?
And that's
Talking
me.
about what?
Back to you in the studio, Kat.
Okay. Nice. Let's go with player Katrina, other Katrina. Katrina, what? Let's hear more about it.
That's me, baby. I was playing your lovely dear Agatha Doyle. My name is Katrina. You can call me Kat. On all social media, you're gonna find me at most likely Katrina Alicia or Kat Alicia, one of the two. I'll be on Twitter until it burns down, so catch me on TikTok and stuff like that too. I also run a YouTube channel. It is called Gallifrey Gals. If you're a Doctor Who fan, you understand that reference right there. But we watch and react to a bunch of nerdy shows like Doctor Who and Star Trek The Next Generation, Steven Universe, and it's a real good treat. So you can find me doing things like that and also other fun actual plays and stuff like that. I'm doing one called Blood Island, which is based off of Love Island, the reality TV show. If you're interested in monster dating / banging.
Okay, that's let me just pop on that right now.
Monster fuckers unite.
Yep, you'll see me playing a two-headed monster with my partner. It's great.
Amazing.
I love that.
I love that. I was about to say that segues into Pond, but that doesn't really. That's really rude. Pond, let's go. I was thinking of the Gallifrey thing, and
same.
The last thing we were talking about was monster fucking, and
the
I was like,
segue was monster fucking. Yeah, don't call me out like that. I'm new here. Hi, I'm Pond. Pond plays on Twitter. Pond plays games on Instagram. I'm also an occasional streamer here on my channel. You can find me over on Feywild and Out Twitch channel, and you can currently find me. We have one more episode left of the Triangle Agency over on Blackwater, which has been such a joy. It's a corporate horror, great game. And then starting this week, actually, you'll see me over on Wednesdays over on the Initiative Order for the Goblins campaign, where I play a tiny baby goblin who does not know the world, and it's very cute. It's a joy. I'm super excited to be here. This was super fun. I play Gertrude Lanson, your friendly neighborhood granny who really wants to find
Gilly-suited granny.
Gilly-suited granny. Thanks so much for having me. Back to you in the studio, Kat.
Oh, thanks. Amazing. Triangle Agency actually, interestingly, have done a collab with Goblin Archives, and they've created a module that is called the Sheltered Inn. And when you look at all of the modules for Goblin Archives, they tell you how to change it so that it can be played in the Triangle Agency, which is like super sick. Yeah. That was a great segue too. Y'all are killing it out here. Cool. I am Kat, otherwise known as Law Mistress 93 on pretty much all social media, except Twitch. Annoyingly, it's the Law Mistress. I've had this pointed out to me many times how disappointed people are about this, but yeah, you can find me at my link tree is there, as well as my Twitter. Good luck. Yeah, I write. I am currently in the middle of my biggest project right now. Is I'm co-designing a game with Hatchling Games. So it's called Argonaut, and it's gonna be Greek mythology in space, which is really fun. Yeah. And what else am I doing? I play Call of Cthulhu every other week. We've had to take a few breaks for various reasons, but we're going to be back Thursday coming, which is really, really exciting. And I play an actress or a sort of socialite over there. What else am I doing? Well, we'll go with that for now, because we are running out of time. A couple of other announcements. First of all, we're going to be raiding into High Rollers, so everyone stick around. It is currently their finale, so we want to go over and be really super supportive with them. Second thing, get your entries in now because we're going to be going very, very soon. Third thing, let's do some Girls Run These Worlds announcements, if I can get it up quickly, which apparently I can't. Here we go. Yes, so next show that's going to be on is going to be Rangers of the North. I was going to say GM'd, but like Law Mistress did by, because the same thing. Law Mistress did by the wonderful Sarah Moore, who just does the best job at it. So you absolutely should go and check that out. The command is !Rangers if you wanted to pop that up, Jen. It's focused on teaching Free League Publishing's One Ring 5th edition system. So if you're a big Lord of the Rings fan, you're gonna love this. It's a very late home. They've done a really great job with homebrewing it a little bit, so it's really cool. We are also having a zine sale over for Girls Write These Worlds, so you can get all 3 zines, which is focusing on legacies and pride, and I forget the other one. But all 3 are coming in a bundle for $5, which is an absolute steal. So you definitely should go and check that out. I wrote in the legacies one, so I've got a little something in there. So please go and support your small artists and your small writers, because a lot of people have put a lot of hard work into those zines. And we are looking for artists for zine 4, for the routines focused zine. So go and check those things out. I'm gonna say goodbye now. We're all gonna say goodbye now. We will see you next week. And let's hold that giveaway. Do we get to find out who the winner is now?
We do get to find out who the winner is now. Let's see who it is.
Let's see who the winner is.
And it looks like it has been our very active chat participant today, Raven Strom Dans.
Hey!
So congratulations. We will reach out to get that, to get you your goodies. And congratulations on winning a something.
Yeah, you've
Congrats.
won Liminal Horror, the base game of Liminal Horror, and you've won the Maul module as a kind of combination. We'll be running giveaways like this every week because Goblin Archives, we've been talking to them. They've been so generous in giving us itch.io codes to give these things away so that you can enjoy the game that we are having fun playing right now. Cool. Yeah, being an annoying motor session. You've been
No,
great.
it's
We've
delightful.
You were
got-
amazing.
Please come back next week. We will be here for the next 4 weeks. And there'll be more scares abound, I'm sure. Okay, cool. Signing out. So thank you all for watching. Cheerio.
Bye.
Drink your
we're out.
coffee.
We're out.
And we're out.
Yay.
I noticed in the chat.